This is Pulse of Africa, the face of Ethiopia, the voice of Africa.
Hello viewers, you're watching Pulse of Africa. I'm Samia Mohammed for the main news. First, our top stories for today. France and Algeria agreed to revive ties. African Union chair nominates Togo's president for mediator in DR conflict. Libya devalues currency for first time in 4 years. Indonesia to use African weevils to support palm output. Now, the news in detail. French Foreign Minister Jean-Noël Barrot arrived in Algiers on Sunday for an official visit aimed at easing diplomatic tensions and reviving cooperation between the two nations. Speaking at press briefing following his meeting with Algerian President Abdelmadjid Tebboune, Barrot said both sides have agreed to reactivate all cooperation mechanisms across sectors. On security matters, Barrot confirmed that intelligence communications will resume and a meeting between senior security officials from both nations has been agreed upon. Economic relations are also set for renewal. Barrot noted that Tebboune expressed his commitment to reinvigorating trade, particularly in the agri-food, automotive, and maritime sectors. On the issue of migration, both sides agreed to resume cooperation without delay under existing agreements. Now to DRC. African Union Chairperson João Lourenço nominated Togo's President Faure Gnassingbé to act as the body's peace mediator between the Democratic Republic of Congo, Rwanda, and M23 rebels, his office said Saturday. Preliminary consultation with Gnassingbé yielded a positive response contingent on the formal concurrence of the Assembly of Heads of State and Government. Lourenço told the Bureau of the Assembly of the African Union during a virtual meeting in Angola. The proposal was endorsed by the Assembly Bureau members, it said. Lourenço announced a decision to end his mediation role last month, saying that he wanted to concentrate on the work of the AU. Moving on to AI. Global AI Summit on Africa concludes by launching Africa's AI Council. The event, held in Kigali for the last 3 days, brought together policymakers, entrepreneurs, research investors, and representatives of over 100 firms specialized in AI. Having deliberated on various issues, the summit launched the Africa AI Council, a multilateral body that aims at steering the continent's artificial intelligence agenda through comprehensive governance, ethical standards, and strategic investments. The council strives to unify the African nations on shared challenges and opportunities and ensure the just access to AI-powered technology, in addition to enhancing domestic innovation and protecting data sovereignty. Shifting to Morocco. Down a narrow alley in the Moroccan coastal town of Asila is a building of historical and spiritual significance. After decades of neglect, the centuries-old Kahal synagogue was recently restored and brought back to life. Moroccan Jews are an ancient community dating back to Roman times, and the Asila synagogue was built in 1824. Inside the synagogue, the center of the space is taken up by the Teba, a wooden pulpit from which the Torah is read, which has been carefully restored to resemble its original form. In other news, European Union countries will seek to present a united front in the coming days against US President Donald Trump's tariffs. The 27-nation bloc faces 25% import tariffs on steel, aluminum, and cars, and reciprocal tariffs of 20% from Wednesday for almost all other goods. Trump's tariffs cover 70% of the EU's exports to the United States, worth in total 532 billion euros last year, with likely duties on copper, pharmaceuticals, semiconductors, and timber still to come. The European Commission is expected to propose to members a list of US products to hit with extra duties in response to Trump's steel and aluminum tariffs rather than the broader reciprocal tariffs. Meanwhile, Indonesia is betting on tiny bucks from Africa to help boost its palm oil production as the broader sector grapples with tightening supply that threatens to keep prices elevated and add to food inflation. The world's leading grower plans to introduce around 1 million of the weevils on some plantations this year to improve pollination and fruit development. 3 species collected in Tanzania are expected to arrive at facility in northern Sumatra next month for a serious test of tests before being released. It is hoped that the African weevils will help revive production growth after years of stagnation.
Imagining Africa is here, only on the Pulse of Africa channel, all the time. Pulse of Africa, the face of Ethiopia, the voice of Africa.
Turning to business news. Tanzania and the Democratic Republic of Congo on Saturday signed an agreement to develop dry ports in both countries in a move aimed at strengthening regional trade ties. The agreement signed in Lubumbashi, DRC, stipulates that each country will provide land for the establishment of dry port facilities to enhance cargo handling and logistics efficiency. Under the deal, Tanzania will revive land for dry ports in Kusumbalensa, Kasenga, and Kalimi in the DRC. In return, the DRC will be allocated land for dry port development in Koala and Katosho in Tanzania. The dry ports project, which will be implemented under a public-private partnership model, is expected to be completed within 18 months. Finally, Libya's central bank has devalued the dinar by 13.3%, setting the new exchange rate at 5.5677 to the US dollar. This is the first official devaluation since 2020, when the rate was 4.48 dinars to the dollar. The parallel market rate is currently 7.20 dinars. The currency's decline was triggered by a central bank crisis and reduced oil exports, but resolution in September allowed for the appointment of new central bank governor. In November, the tax on foreign currency purchases was also lowered from 20% to 15%. Before concluding, let us provide you with the latest updates on global commodities prices. Now to weather updates. That's all for today, and thank you for watching Pulse of Africa.
This is Pulse of Africa, the face of Ethiopia, the voice of Africa.